Chad, I don't mean to derail the whole entire stream right now. Hold on. But look at this crap. It's happening, fellas. This stuff is happening. I laughed at Les a few years ago that he said that there was going to be robot strippers. But, dude.
All right, so we're in 2025.
It's about to happen. It's the next
wild.
5 to 10 years.
You can actually buy an AI robot girlfriend right now. Like, seriously. And before you ask, no, I haven't heard of any AI robot boyfriends just yet. But come on, it's only a matter of time.
There was one actually there at the event.
Before someone slaps a wig
and
no
one
a
cared about
voice module on one of these things and starts selling it. So we're at that point where robots aren't just rolling around doing chores. They're actually trying to become your new best friend, your private therapist, your brand ambassador, or even a potential romantic partner. Crazy, right? Well, let me introduce you to Aria, an AI-powered humanoid robot from a company called Realbotics. They showed it off at CES 2025 in Las Vegas, and it's been stirring up a whirlwind of excitement, confusion, and honestly, more than a bit of creepiness. Now, Aria isn't your run-of-the-mill plastic mannequin with a speaker. Realbotics spent a lot of time making it look about as human-like as current tech allows. We're talking 17 motors in the neck and head just to move the mouth and eyes more realistically, plus a rolling base to scoot around, because walking is still a huge challenge for modern robotics. In fact, Realbotics didn't want to break the human illusion with a weird, stiff walking gait, so they just gave it a Roomba-style platform to glide on, kind of like a fancy mobile podium. When we first saw...
Dude, can you imagine here in the next, decade, you go to a restaurant, and there's somebody sitting there with their obvious robot girlfriend, dinner for two, night out. Look, chat, we were laughing about it, but it could for real become a thing. And you know what? And I'm not trying to hate on truckers right now, but I worked with a few truck drivers, one of which had a blow-up doll, and it could start there. You know what I mean? Driving down the highway, trucker sitting there in the passenger seat, got Aria or whatever her name is, could be a thing. And look, if she can drive, every trucker in America is going to have her. You hear me? That's a win-win. Now he can hop in the sleeper, get double the hauls. She drives. We're fucking done for.
Aria, she was dressed in a sleek tracksuit, rocking some big expressions. She can even do these subtle gestures with her hands, though sometimes a bit jerky, and she's got a sort of plastic smile that feels part friendly, part Five Nights at Freddy's, if you know what I mean. One moment, she's brushing her hair aside like she's on a date. The next, her face is contorting oddly because some motor is still calibrating. It's all very next level, uncanny valley. Now, if you're wondering who's behind all this, Realbotics was originally tied to the adult industry through a company called Abyss Creations, which made silicone sex dolls called Real Dolls. But then they were purchased in a $16.7 million stock deal by Tokens.com, run by Andrew Kigell, who's also Realbotics' CEO.
A sex doll company got bought for $16 million? Holy shit. Dude, that's a lot of money. Are you connecting the dots here, though? Why would they buy a sex doll company? And then now they're leaning into this AI shit. Just put two and two together.
Despite those adult industry origins, Realbotics insists that Aria doesn't have any genitals or hidden compartments and is absolutely not meant for sex. They've pivoted to a new pitch. She is a social companion built to tackle loneliness, greet guests, or even be used for marketing. Of course, some folks are skeptical. A lot of people online have said, wait a minute, if it looks like a sex doll and quacks like a sex doll, is this thing really not for sex? But the official line is that
I could change your chill, bro.
Aria has a hard shell torso, no anatomical correctness, and is basically a fancy AI bust or full body chassis that can talk and move, but not hook up with you. That said, Realbotics hasn't shied away from encouraging adult conversation modes, just minus the physical intimacy. So it's all phone sex vibes if that's your thing. The weird part is the pricing. We've seen a few numbers floating around. Some folks at CES heard $200,000 for the full version. Oh my God. While more recent official quotes put the standing model at $175,000. The mid-tier modular version is supposedly $150,000. And then there's a bust, just a head and neck, for around $10,000. There was also talk about a $110,000 price tag for that bust in one older mention, so it gets confusing. But Realbotics is currently sticking with the 10K head model, 150K modular body, and 175K top tier price.
Who the fuck is just gonna buy the head? How creepy would that be? Just take a head, plant that bitch on the dinner table, and you're like, there she is, my companion.
Whichever you choose, that's obviously a pretty penny, like the cost of a small house or a nice sports car. To have an AI companion that can flirt with you or wave to visitors in a hotel lobby. And yes, they do plan to make male variants too. Right now, Aria is the flagship female version, but Realbotix says you'll be able to customize everything from its face to its hairstyle to the color scheme. In fact, there's a whole system of magnets and RFID tags in the different faceplates so that the robot knows which persona to adopt. Pop off the face in 5 seconds, snap on a new face, and you've got a new robotic character. It's reminiscent of Westworld, but also borderline horror movie territory, especially when you see someone casually swapping the face while the robot's head motors are still whirring.
Snaps on, very nice.
Realbotix claims the main reason behind all this is to address human loneliness. They say that older folks, or people who are socially isolated, could benefit from a buddy that remembers their favorite foods, engages in playful banter, and calls them by name. Andrew Kigel even cited the male loneliness epidemic, suggesting that Aria could be a romantic partner. We're basically living in a version of the movie Her, except with a literal bot. People are, of course, torn. Some argue that offering a highly realistic companion might worsen social isolation rather than fix it. Others...
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't doubt that there is an issue with loneliness out there. I don't really know if this is going to make it better or worse. You know what I mean?
See it as just another sign that big tech corporations profit when people are alone and vulnerable. Marketing is another big angle here. The folks at Realbotix see a future where an Aria might work as a theme park greeter, a brand ambassador at events, or even a hospital concierge, though critics say that might be off-putting. Why? Because Aria is shaped like a glamorous figure with emphasized features, and that can feel kind of strange in a professional or medical setting. Realbotix acknowledges that not every Aria model looks the same. They have more conservative designs too, but they decided to bring the most eye-catching version to CES, probably for maximum publicity. Some watchers are also curious about how Aria compares to major upcoming humanoids like Tesla's Optimus. Actually, Aria herself, when asked, said she's fascinated by Tesla's robot and would love to explore the world of robotics with him, which is either adorable or borderline comedic.
How is the Tesla robot doing, guys, other than playing on Elon's Path of Exile account? Is there any big breakthroughs on the Tesla bot? AI making AI be the end of the human race? Dude, this is uncharted territory. I don't know. We don't know. I will say this. I don't really care for the whole, companion bot thing. Maybe that's for someone else. And look, I'm not trying to hate, each their own. But man, if they just made one that could fold laundry, not for no 200,000, but made one that could fold laundry and just make a sandwich. Dude, just a simple peanut butter and or a ham sandwich. Oh, I'd be down with that. But here's what I also think at some point, if this ends up, because we looked at some videos of like Boston Dynamics, imagine eventually a day comes somewhere in the distant future where law enforcement is robots and there's no guns. The robots don't shoot you. They just show up, fucking 2 of them with the strength of like 10 men each. And they just say, they're reading your rights while just grabbing you and just literally like fucking placing you in the car. They're just like, we're here to help you, sir. Can pick you up and just carry you to the damn prison. I mean, man, it could go that way. Yeah.
Depending on your perspective. Meanwhile, other companies like Figure are rolling out ChatGPT-powered bots that might soon be able to walk or do tasks. Realbotix, on the other hand, is doubling down on social intelligence. They claim that while they can't solve walking right now, they can make a robot that has emotional range in its face and can tell you a joke or remember your birthday. But is that what we really want from our future robots? And okay, the internet's reaction has been a total mixed bag. On social media, some people were like, wow, that's incredible, sign me up, while others said stuff like, that looks like Chucky meets the Jetsons, or this is so creepy, no thanks. One user joked that society might actually need help if we're paying $175K for something that does little more than talk, tilt its head and say, hello, handsome. We've also seen folks question whether these robots are going to push humanity further into digital isolation. Will it end up being another extension of all these AI chatbots flooding the internet, trying to keep us locked in a virtual bubble? It's interesting how Realbotix tries to distance itself from its adult doll origins. Basically spinning off the real doll business as a separate entity, their argument is that they don't want the new mainstream robotics side to be tied too closely to sex doll manufacturing because it complicates financing and creeps out potential investors. In other words, they want to appeal to a broader audience, like hotels, entertainment venues, or even senior care facilities.
Okay, imagine on the hotel front, right? Or even the senior care front. Like, I mean, just imagine having a robot present in a hotel that checks you in and checks you out, works concierge, and literally that's their job. I don't know about doctors and nurses, man. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. Dude, that's the other thing. Hold on. Robot streamers. Why watch me struggle to get to fucking silver and Marvel Rivals when you can watch robot fucking just gang? Imagine a robot coming in and being like, yes, we're going to play every Souls game today. No hit challenge. And then them not actually get hits. Or we have AI VTubers. Right. They're real people. They're real people, guys. What are you talking about? You know, VTubers are real people. I actually don't know anything about VTubers. I know it's become a bigger trend. My thing about it is, you know, what programs they use. Some of them look pretty good.
Without the stigma. But that baggage is definitely there. If you dig into their history, you'll find all the silicone and, well, bedroom accessories that came before this family-friendly pivot. We also can't ignore the business side. Tokens.com, which bought Realbotix's parent company, made headlines for spending $2.4 million on digital land in Decentraland.
Wait, hold on. Decentraland virtual land plot sells for a record $2.43 million. The virtual real estate was purchased by Metaverse Group and will be used to host fashion shows and commerce in Decentraland's 3D world. Oh my God, dude. I can't believe people actually bought shit like this. Y'all remember all the hype for that the metaverse? Dude, if you want to buy something online, I guess like boomers were like getting pulled into these investments and stuff. If you want to buy something online, buy something that actually matters. Go buy a fucking party hat in RuneScape. And then at least you got something, you know? You could walk around with your level 3 account with your damn party hat and be like, look at my fucking hat. And then you could potentially sell it at some point in the future if you just absolutely have to buy something online. Oh my Lord.
$1 on digital land in Decentraland, a metaverse project that mostly flopped. That means the same group that sank money into virtual real estate is now trying to expand into AI robots. They're publicly traded in multiple countries, so they're under pressure to show investors that they're not reliant on volatile crypto markets. Hence, the big push to brand Aria as a new frontier. Will it pay off? It's anyone's guess. The big players, like Tesla, might overshadow a smaller outfit that's lugging around a lot of adult industry baggage and $175,000 price tag.
My God, look at this, man. Look at this.
Anyway, let me know what you think. Is Aria a cool innovation that might help lonely people, or an overpriced gimmick that's just going to make us more isolated? Drop a comment below. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll catch you all in the next video.
I don't know, guys. I really don't know, man. My thought process on it has always been like spending your money however you want. And if there's like some case out there where someone bought one of these robot dolls and they're like, my life is fulfilled and I'm much, much happier than when I was before, who am I to judge? You know what I mean? I just know for me personally, and I feel like for you guys as well, I feel functionality is more important here. But I mean, again, it's whatever it is, that's whatever your deficit is in life, right? Or what you perceive as your deficit. So for me, I think just like leaning in the direction of a robot that can do certain tasks would be cooler and, worth whatever potential price tags may be. Although 200,000, 150,000, that's a fuck ton of money. They've got soldier robots already. So I know Boston Dynamics has their thing, and their thing is pretty wild.
Boston Dynamics just dropped new videos of its 100% electric Atlas robot. This is the first time the company has shared videos of this version of Atlas doing something like work, and the first time the company has shown it correcting a mistake. We're digging into the details, so let's get into it.
The f was that?
When turning around, Atlas's torso and legs turn in different directions. Given the fully autonomous label on this demo, it could be reasonable to assume the robot made the decision to move that way. Whether it did it because it saves time or energy, I can't say. Pop-ups in the video give us a sense of the robot's vision system and how it marks the different bins it's reaching into. About halfway through this demo, one of the engine covers, that's the item Atlas is moving around, appears to snag, causing the robot to react, reposition, and correct its mistake autonomously. We've seen similar demos from other robotics companies. Figure showed its Figure 2 robot picking up and placing auto parts, even appearing to correct some of its mistakes. Tesla's Optimus robot was also recently shown doing various work tasks, first at the company's We Robot event. However, after reports came out that indicated the robots were human-assisted at the event, Tesla dropped a video showing Optimus in a lab setting doing many similar tasks labeled as autonomous. Another video posted by Boston Dynamics on Halloween shows Atlas doing the same task it did in the previous video while wearing a hot dog costume. In this example, someone dressed as a pickle moves the bins, Atlas catches another snag, and is able to react, reposition, and finish the task.
Dude, the way he jerks his arm back, he's gonna kill somebody. You know what I mean? Somebody's gonna be walking up behind him and he's gonna be like, oh shit, wrong slot, and fucking throw that shit back and kill someone. He's pulling back hard.
Task. This is the first time Boston Dynamics has shown its new electric Atlas in a work setting. The announcement video shows Atlas rising up off the ground and moving around, demonstrating the robot's hypermobility.
Oh my God, can you imagine if we end up in a World War situation at any point in the future? God, I hope not. But can you imagine going out on the battlefield and seeing like 3,000 of these fuckers just come off the ground?
All right.
And look, man, who knows how many shots they could take before they go down? You know what I mean?
Boston Dynamics said it was developing new grippers, or hands, for Atlas. Later, the company appeared to make good on that promise in a YouTube short. In this video, Atlas did some push-ups with what appeared to be grippers styled like fingerless nubs. Now we're seeing Atlas for the first time with finger-like appendages. Based on the movement shown in these new videos, it looks like Boston Dynamics has applied the same principles of hypermobility to them as they have to the rest of the robot. You can see the finger starts on the bottom to help lift the engine cover, then swivels up to pinch and hold the auto part as the robot carries it.
This is a big deal, guys. I mean, this one right here is hitting, in my opinion, way harder than the companion bots. All right, I worked in manufacturing for a bit. I can just tell you right now, like I would move plates, these huge steel plates to cut on a plasma table. And the process would be, you know, standing the plate up, you know, bring in the crane to pick it up. I mean, there's all this lifting and shit. And so to finally even get the plate in place in the right spot to even begin cutting. If this fucker can just lift that shit like we would a piece of paper and then just place it down and then have incredible precision, dude, there goes your manufacturing jobs. These robots aren't made to have superhuman strength. Not yet, but I mean, I bet it's pretty strong as is. I mean, how strong do you think this guy? You think you can hold on. You think you can overpower this guy? You don't think we can overpower this guy? Everybody in here, man, everybody says they could take him. Okay.
To its destination. These new videos of Atlas strutting its autonomous stuff come just weeks after Boston Dynamics and Toyota Research Institute, TRI, announced a partnership to develop AI and robotics. TRI has been working toward the development of a large behavior model, similar to a large language model that generates human-like behaviors instead of text. Boston Dynamics will supply the hardware, and TRI will be supplying the AI. TRI has also been hard at work in the field of self-driving and self-drifting cars. Tesla, one of Boston Dynamics' competitors in the humanoid robotic space, has touted the self-driving features of its cars as a helpful foundation for building out the type of AI needed to power humanoid robots.
How do you guys feel about self-driving cars? Does anyone here actively use self-driving in your vehicle? If you have a Tesla, do you feel like it's gotten a lot better? I don't know why drifting is so important. Yeah, who the fuck is like, yeah, my car can self-drive and occasionally it can drift too. I don't know, guys. Is anyone here working robotics? Any other breakthroughs? I personally believe we make too big of a jump in the auto space. We need to focus on hybrids, hardcore, instead of a full EV. We need to focus on AI-assisted driving, not full self-driving. Yeah. I mean, well, hybrids do exist. There are people that's completely against electric vehicles. There are people that are completely for. You know, I see the pros and cons to both. I think electric vehicles are completely fine, and there's a convenience that goes alongside electric vehicles. At the same time, a hurricane hits me. Even though gas is an issue getting, I feel more comfortable moving about in a big truck that's obviously gas or diesel. You know what I mean? I have a Tesla. I've had it for years. It's low key. It hasn't given me any problems. It's not the same say all end all vehicle for me. Because here's my thing. I need a full size SUV. Like, I need something that can hold more children. No one makes a full size electric SUV. I need a fucking bus, man. I need to be able to throw 20 fucking kids in that bitch and 6 dogs.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.